Hi, everybody. This is Allison White. Thanks again for signing up to serve as a judge for our students as they defend their projects for their Solution Showcase projects. So I just wanted to go over a little bit about the judging. Just to make everyone feel a little bit more comfortable, and we thought we'd do it this way so that people could kind of watch it on their own. Here we see our judging form, and these were sent to you, I think, by Brian Townsend. And you can see that here we have the 8 essential skills. Oops. So I'll do that. So here are our 8 essential skills. Did the student think critically, express ideas clearly, etc.? And then the 4 subjects. So their projects had to, they had to use the 8 essential skills, and they also had to include the 4 subject areas. So that's sort of where we're going to begin here. You can, and these, also these letters at the top here, this is unacceptable. Unsatisfactory, I think. Unsatisfactory, poor, fair, good, very good, and excellent. All of these, the 8 essential skills, the 4 subject areas, and excellent, very good, good, these are all explained in the in this rubric definitions. In the rubric definitions file that was sent by Brian also in the same email. So you can see unacceptable, there's no evidence of an honest effort, all the way down to excellent. And so before you start the judging, it might be a good idea just to kind of review some of these. This is what we're looking at when we were talking about thinking critically. Are they able to plan and problem solve, expressing the ideas clearly, engaging disciplines, conducting research, etc. And then these are sort of what we're looking for in science and math, history, social studies, language arts, theology. So it's good just to sort of review these and to have these with you during the judging. We'll probably provide these too in each room. Okay, so Beth and Rob and I had the opportunity to judge a student who isn't able to come during the judgment week. So we judged him yesterday, and this is sort of my perspective on the judging. First of all, I think that the main objective is that you're serving as the audience for these students to defend their projects. So you're going to really sort of ask them questions that they have to sort of think about. Don't be afraid to sort of hold their feet to the fire a little bit. You're serving as their audience for them to defend their project. The second objective is really for you to provide information to the Solution Showcase teachers so that we can give them a grade. And I want to talk about that a little bit because that's really where the evaluation is, where that comes in. So we listened to John's project on healthy tips for athletes, and this is, I think, my Synceo email. So this is what I think, this would be my advice to everyone going into judge. After we listened to John's project, we really found that he did a good job. And we used that as a baseline for where, we're putting these checks. We didn't think it was excellent. We thought some aspects were very good. And overall, he fell between an 8 and a 9. And we kind of felt that way because he presented very well, but maybe some of his research conclusions weren't all there. He spoke very well. He was very persuasive. But some of the things on his website, he didn't really come up with on his own. A lot of it was taken from another website that he put on his website and so forth. So really what my advice would be is to just, what is your overall feeling on how well this student did? And our overall feeling was he probably fell between good and very good. And we used that as our baseline. And so for each of these, we kind of just said, okay, it was good, very good. He really, the science and math, he was trying to draw some conclusions from a survey that he did that really the conclusions didn't really make any sense. So we kind of scored him a little bit lower there, and we made note of that here in our comments, but he really presented well. His language is very good. So, that's kind of how we went about it. There's no perfect way of doing this. Really, this is to provide the Solution Showcase teachers with information so that we can give students a grade. If you score them down here, it doesn't mean that the student is going to fail. It doesn't, we know what our students have been doing, throughout the year. So it's okay to score low if you feel like it's warranted. It's okay to score very high if you feel like it's warranted. The most important thing is probably going to be the comments section, which is down here. So we talked about, how he really addressed the challenges that he ran into and was really able to talk about how he made these changes to his project because of those challenges. He explained that very well. That his research evaluations didn't really draw proper conclusions. He had very good eye contact. He referenced many of these skills, which was nice. He said, I thought critically. This is how I thought critically in my project. This is how I engaged disciplines. So he actually addressed some of these, which I thought was really good. And you're going to see students actually address in their speech some of these 8 essential skills and the 4 subject areas. Just because they don't address them doesn't necessarily mean that they did not experience them. Expressing their ideas clearly might be what they're doing with you in the room right there, so you could sort of judge that easily, or presenting persuasively, that can be judged easily by what you see in front of you in their presentation. So don't be afraid to ask about these. Students should be able to answer, how did you incorporate language and arts in your project, or how did you incorporate theology and ethics? They may come out and say it in their speech, or you may need to ask them about it. So just don't be afraid to ask those kinds of questions. This is not a score like you would think, like a 92 to 100 is an A. First of all, there's 120 points that can be earned. This student earned 99 out of 120. And so, we can, the teachers are going to look at this and say, okay, well, he scored this would probably earn him a high B. And so, that's, hopefully that will give you guys a little bit more insight on, what we're kind of looking for. The comments are going to be really important, just so that we kind of get some perspective on what you're seeing in the presentation. One more thing I wanted to mention is when you kind of look through these, you can use these as a way of asking questions. So if you're not sure about expressing ideas clearly and he didn't really address it in his speech, you can say something about, who was your audience, or, did you have issues with organization, or how did you decide to organize your website that you made, or something like that. So you can kind of use these as ways of coming up with questions to ask students so that you can give them a grade in each of these categories. All right, well, I hope that helps. It's now homeroom, so students are itching to get in. So hopefully that helps, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.